What's up, buddies? Melix, and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be reviewing Punisher, because I've just in fact finished that series, and it was, or season I guess, and it was really good. So I'll give my little warning. You're gonna want to skip in this video to the end if you just want to get the non-spoiler review. Though I don't think that this review is gonna be all that spoilery, so it'll be just mild spoilers. So if you want to stick around, you can, but you don't have to. Anyway, I'm just going to jump right into it. First off, Jon Bernthal is amazing in everything that he does. He always knocks out of the park. He just goes right for his role. He always is the character. And I really admire that about him. And in Punisher, as we saw in Daredevil Season 2, he is the character. He plays him very well. He's very convincing about what he does. His acting never seemed off. I don't really think that there was much acting in this that seemed off, other than in like maybe the first episode. There were a few lines that were just kind of meh. The action in this was great. There wasn't action in every single episode like I thought there would be, but really the show kind of kept you involved the whole time. It never seemed to drag at points. There was maybe one scene where it sort of dragged, and that was when he was getting Micro to drive around. Micro is one of the other main characters. Before they became partners, he was getting him to drive to different places, and it just seemed to take a little bit too long. Forgive me, I have a cold. Oh, by the way, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Anyway, so yeah, that was probably the only bad thing about it. There weren't any characters that I disliked. Oh, I'm sorry. There were characters that I disliked, but that's because they were the evil character, you know, like, spoiler, Billy Russo and stuff like that, and people like that, because you're supposed to dislike them, so they did their job well if you do dislike them. So I guess that makes sense. Moving on from characters, we got a lot to talk about, like the plot, which somehow just kept getting more complex. And it wasn't complex in a bad way, just more in-depth with everything, if that makes any sense. But like the kid from the veterans meeting, he became the terrorist, and he killed that one guy, and then he bombed the building because of what was going on in his mind, and he couldn't handle it. And they didn't even really foreshadow that all that much. Yeah, they really didn't. It was just kind of sudden. I expected him to still remain good at heart because he seemed like the kid who wanted to be good at heart, but no, he became a terrorist. And then they had the scene in, I think it was episode 11, when, excuse me, cut that out. When he was, the episode when they went in to kill the senator, and, the senator told a different story, so they showed like different ways of the actual event happening. And, of course, Frank Castle jumps in the way of the gun and stuff like that, because he's a hero. There wasn't an episode in this that really let me down. The first episode did... Hold on, I gotta sneeze. 3, 2, 1. The first episode did seem to be very different from what the rest of the show was. It almost seemed like a different show, but I guess they were just kind of integrating him back into the world and back into being the Punisher. So that makes sense to me. Other than that, there wasn't really any episode that I disliked. I liked them all. I especially liked the episode, I think it's episode 3, when Micro is being interrogated by Frank. That's a really amazing... It showed all their backstories, but their backstories were flashbacks, and they weren't boring flashbacks like I thought they'd be, but it was good. And I also really loved their partnership. The music in this was amazing. The theme for just the show in general was it was pretty badass. I think right above it is Daredevil, and then this, and all the other shows kind of sucked, honestly. Well, I think that's all for this. This was a shorter one, but it is Thanksgiving, so I'm just trying to rush out of it. But I'm trying to get it to you so I can. So for the people who watch this, the 20 people, don't forget to vote. I probably put something at the beginning of this video about it. Go into the comment section and vote on the polls. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, subscribe. As always, I'm Magusha. Peace.